So we've just got back from the UN, from Unispace 50. It's the first time that they've run this event in 20 years. Basically opening up space to developing nations and basically just ratifying that space is going to be used for peaceful purposes for the next 50 years, hopefully forever. But I mean, like, you know how things go. But basically, there. One thing that we realized, well, me and Roman and my co-founder there, we were basically talking about this, and one thing we found about the space agencies around the world is that you were saying it, they're looking very inwardly. There's not very much in terms of scoping out how they're going to plan for cislunar space, for lunar activities, for how things are going to be on Mars, for how things are going to be beyond that. And there are projects that already exist that are going into this, like cislunar industries that are looking to capture space debris, recycle it, and then work as a supplier of space-based materials for companies like Made in Space, who are looking to extrude infinite length beams. You can have a structure of infinite size in space. There's also Blue Origin, obviously. The thing is that one thing that I don't hear enough about is the fact that the larger space companies are setting up the trade routes now in space. Like Buzz Aldrin, for example, has already laid out his plan for cycling pathways to Mars. So what you will have are two large orbiters between Earth and Mars getting transfer orbits every 4 to 6 years, going to Mars, acting as the first buses to Mars. But we're also beginning to see the first problems in terms of disputes on land. Like there was a company called Astacoin, I think it still exists, that have laid out in their white paper, blockchain white paper, that any patch of land that you land on a asteroid, you will own a set area of this, which is in direct, which is in direct competition with the peace treaty for the peaceful use of outer space, where nobody can own any land. So, I mean, I was getting a little bit bummed out before when we were talking about asteroids hitting the Earth and like trying to get off the planet as soon as possible as an insurance policy, because like, I don't know. I feel like we need more hopeful visions than just trying to like rush away before calamity comes. So this is why we started the Open Spaceplane project. What we're working on is trying to design and crowdsource a fully reusable single stage to orbit spaceplane. It's never been done before, but sometimes the crowd is more willing to take on a risk than industry and venture capital, which is where blockchain comes into it. Because blockchain is fundamentally the crowd. It was started in spite of the banking system. It was started to liberate people to invest in what they wanted. And ICOs are a product of that. So we're not sure of the structure yet. We're not sure how we will ICO this. It is an open project, so I fully welcome your ideas. But what we're working on currently is supernova labs. Because what we want to do is we want to get to a point where we have hyperlocal manufacturing of space-based hardware enabled by some kind of open standard for getting to space, without jettisoning anything, able to utilize the resources that are available in cooperation with the industries that are going to be out there. One thing you'll see a lot of is people talking about end-to-end services in terms of producing fuel, in terms of getting back. They don't seem to get that it's going to be an industry that works in concert. And there's going to be thousands of services out there, thousands of space stations, thousands of fuel depots that you can go to get hydrogen and oxygen. So, we're looking for help. We've started a lab over in Dalston, So you're all formally invited. If you have any ideas, I would really like to hear them, because at the minute I've been designing things on my own. So if you have any background in space hardware or in blockchain and know how to get the money together for it, I'd really like to hear from you. We've got flyers, we've got stickers. I've been rushing around today trying to like get last minute stickers, so they're on the table at the back and outside. And I've also started a meetup, a regular like weekly meetup for space, called New Space London. It's been quite nice because today's actually normally the day that it would happen, so thank you all for being here. Yeah, and that's pretty much it. So we bought you some drinks. Please enjoy, please chat, but delimit your thinking. When you look at it from a physical perspective, we live on one planet. Nation states are a construct that we've created, and they don't exist in space. So we really get to kind of just clean off the drawing board and reimagine how we're going to restructure ourselves. I mean, we've got liquid democracy now. That's enabled by blockchain, democracy.earth. And plenty more. I'm really excited. It would be really, really cool to get you guys excited too. So let's have a chat afterwards, and thank you very much for your time.